What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Gloss Garage, where we make detailing simple. My name is Sock, and today I have something special for you guys. Just a little different intro, but all in all, here we have a 2025 BMW X5, and it has some hologram rotary trails, buffer trails on the hood, and the three panels on the passenger side, and that's about it. It looks like they did a PDI, has swirls and scratches, and they polished the paint, and the owner brought it to me to take care of this issue for him. And also in the rear, it does have a scuff mark and some deeper scratches. At first we thought it was compound, but it was actually some scuff marks as well there. So I don't know what the dealership did, but I'm here to take care of it, and we're going to wash, clay, and prep the vehicle because the owner is going to apply his own ceramic coating, which will be the ADS ceramic coating. So this is why I'm using some of ADS products. But all in all, the main purpose of this video is more on a dedicated review on Pandy Organizer's clean spray polish, and this is a 7th vehicle I am using this on, and I say more on the other vehicles that I've used this at the end of the video. But I think now is a true time to make a dedicated review and debunk some of the myths that's going on out there. Is it the best spray polish? Is it the best? Look, all in all, for me to say something is the best, in my opinion, again, everybody has a right to their own opinion. Is it the best spray polish? I'm gonna say it's top two for me. Yet it's not the best. The best spray polish in the world for me would always be something that can be a true compound. When I mean it could cut like the last cut, or clear cut from Car Pro, something like that, or Griot's Garage Fast Correcting Cream, and then that same polish can actually finish down like Rupes Uno Pure, or something in that nature. But at the moment we don't have that. Now, in terms of the realm of spray polishes realms, is definitely up there in the top two, and the only one it's really competing against is actually the DIY Detail Gold Standard Polish, and that's pretty much its only competitor. In terms of Optimum Hyper Polish, that's going to come in third place. And then as for McKee's 37 spray polish, and a lot of people are going to say, yo, McKee's has a spray polish. Yes, they do have a spray polish, and I did buy that like 2 years ago, and I just didn't like the way it finished down. It leaves a hazy look. It smells very strong solvent smell, and yeah, it just wasn't. That's the last place, but it does have a lot of cut. But yeah, that's pretty much it. In terms of it being the best in its category, it's definitely top two. And I'll talk about more of that on the outro. And here I'm going to show you some examples on the Lexus that we did. And of course, hopefully you guys saw the Mazda CX-5 that we did with Pandy Organizer's 8-year coating on how trash that paint was, and even just with the gold standard polish and the gold standard, not the gold standard polish, the gold standard waffle pad on the correction capabilities on that Mazda. Now, this Lexus that you're going to see a clip on did have a medium to hard clear. It was more on the harder side, so that's why we ended up using the DIY Detail wool pad. And with only 3 section passes, we were able to remove like 80% of swirls and scratches, and we weren't going for paint perfection, and we were just on a time limit, and that paint came out phenomenal. And then with just the gold standard waffle pad, it has amazing correcting capabilities, as you saw on that Mazda CX-5 that was more on a soft to medium clear. And then on a harder clear like this BMW, I've noticed it finishes down beautifully, and you will see on the outro on how beautiful this thing finishes. And here is the perfect example. Like I said, on this Lexus, it has some oxidation on there, has swirls and scratches, and you will see once we do the 3 section passes on this Lexus on how amazing and glossy the paint came out on medium to harder clear coats with just a wool pad that we ended up using. Now, is this going to be the best polish in the world? No, it's not, and that's just me in my opinion. And what I mean by that, it is a lot of people are going to say, oh well, it doesn't cut like a true compound. This type of polish has its own learning curve, but it's more of a jack of all trades, master of none. This is more for the enthusiast. The car enthusiast isn't going out there and having his car trashed or neglected for 2, 3, 4 years and then is going to polish it and expect miracle results on heavy oxidized paint. This is not what it's intended for. It's more for the car enthusiast. Somebody that takes pride in the car, probably polishes a car once every 2 years, and you want some optimal results. And that's what you're going to get. For something that is super neglected, heavily oxidized, you're not going to get those type of results. But that's pretty much just in a nutshell. In terms of what I think this polish is, it's a very good, pleasant polish to work with. Smells amazing, has great cut, has great finishing capabilities, has a decent work time. It's not the best work time. That's something that I give that to DIY Detail, and the DIY Detail Gold Standard polish has a better finish in my opinion. But again, we're splitting hairs. There's no such thing as a perfect polish. But overall, is it easily accessible? Does it work? And will it work in 90% of your cases? Absolutely it will. It will definitely take care of 90% of your issues and problems. Not for those 1% of, barn finds and neglected vehicles. It's not going to correct those type of things and expect it to work miracles on that end. Think of it like a rinse and wash. I think of this spray polish as a rinse and wash. It's a jack of all trades, like I said earlier, and a master of none. When you're gonna need that heavy decon soap like Primus, or heavy acidic soap like Purifica, that is when you're gonna bring out the big boys, right? Same thing with the iron remover. You're not gonna remove iron with a rinse and wash or regular decon soap. You're going to need a specific thing for that situation. So if you're gonna have a heavily oxidized paint and heavily water spotted paint, this may not take care of it depending on how strong and how neglected the vehicle was beforehand. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna talk more on the outro, where I rank this polish overall. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this part of the video, and get ready because I'll see you in the outro. Alright everyone, so this is how the vehicle came out after the polishing step, and it just looks beautiful. No more buffer trails that the dealership left behind. But all in all, everything looks amazing. Glossy. We even made it way glossier than what the dealership provided. We did use Pan's spray polish, and also I just applied the tire dressing. This is the DIY Details tire dressing. But all in all, the owner is going to apply his own coating, which is going to be the Armor Detail Supply quartz coating. So he's going to do that within the next like 2 days or so. So that's about it. So everything is washed, prepped for him. That's why I ended up using Tim's high gloss detailer. And the only reason why we ended up using that detail spray is because it pretty much has zero protection. Once you apply some panel prep, it's already gone. But no more buffer trails on the vehicle. And let me come down here and show you that there is no more of that scuff mark that was there. Just looks like a mirror. Hey, but that's pretty much it. Other than that, like I said, everything looks amazing. And I'm back around on the hood where you guys saw when the sun was there, the buffer trails, and no more buffer trails, just beautiful, shiny, glossy paint. And that's it. All right, everyone. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. I probably will mash up this part of the video and the Lexus that I used this on as well, just because the owner is pretty much just wanted me to wash, clay, and prep the vehicle. He's gonna apply his own coating, which I said is the Armor Detail Supply quartz coating, which is a phenomenal coating, and I've reviewed that on my channel as well. So I'm actually happy that the customer is doing it himself. It just goes to show that he takes pride. Just that the dealership ended up leaving buffer trails all over the place, but we ended up taking care of that, and this is now, I think I can fully say it's a dedicated review on Pan's clean line, his spray polish, and I've used a considerable amount of polish. Hopefully you can see that. So far I did that. I've polished about 8 vehicles already with this, and now I think this video is the perfect video for me to actually fully talk about the polish and my full dedicated review on this. So of course, you all know I've done the Mazda CX-5. I've done the Mazda CX-5 with this spray polish. That was the first vehicle I did it on. Then I've done the Honda Accord, which I didn't record that one. I did a Honda Accord. I've done 2 Lexuses, which the one was the champagne one that really had defects. The other one was pretty much brand new. And then I've done Subaru, I've done a Mercedes-Benz, and this is the 7th vehicle. And this is the BMW. So what I've noticed so far is, in terms, because I know people are going to compare this, in terms of the best spray polish out there, I'll put this in top 2. And out of the 4, a lot of people are going to say, you're talking about 4 spray polish. So all I know is Optimum Hyper Polish, DIY Detail Gold Standard, and Pans. Well, just so you know, I've actually tried McKee's 37 spray polish as well. And this ranks top 2 out of all 4. So 4th place will be McKee's 37, just because for me that spray polish leaves like a light white haze that I've used before, and it's not something that I like. Optimum Hyper Polish just doesn't cut enough or give enough cut to be a one-step or try to be pad dependent. And then this and DIY Detail, you could kind of interchange them, and this is what I mean. So for cleans, you do have to use 2 sprays every single time after you polish the section. You clean your pad out, you're gonna need 2 sprays for sure at all times. And the reason why I say that is because the work time, you don't have a lot of work time, especially if you're working in hotter weather or outside like I am. What's gonna happen is the polish is gonna dry up pretty quick on you, and you're not gonna have that work time. So you definitely need 2 polish for sure. Now, in terms of cut, I think it cuts a little bit better, or it does cut a little bit better than the DIY Detail Gold Standard polish. But I think the DIY Detail Gold Standard finishes nicer. So that's why we're splitting hairs here. Now for the DIY Detail Gold Standard, what are its flaws? Well, in terms of cut, it doesn't cut as much as this, but it finishes down nicer, and literally 1 spray could give you half a hood for sure, and the work time is amazing. So that's why I think now I could fully say about Pan, the organizer's spray polish. So overall, it's a great polish. Definitely, like I said, in top 2. And there was a couple comments before when I did the Mazda talking about spray polishes and these new polishes that are out on the market, and people like to use like Menzerna, Rupes, Sonax, and all these other ones out on the market, or Just Car. They'll say that, I only use those products because, or Meguiar's, because all these new polishes had a learning curve. And one thing I'm gonna say, every single polish that you've named from every single company, every polish has its own learning curve. There is no one polish does it all. Now, in terms of the spray polish, this and DIY Detail, it could cut as a compound and finishes down as a finishing polish, but also you're not gonna expect a true compound. So when you have heavy defects, a lot of people want to say, oh, I wanna see the heaviest defected car. This isn't gonna do it. You're gonna need a true compound, right? And with all those other polishes, there's a learning curve. Meguiar's 201, that thing freaking dust like crazy. You have Sonax, very oily, very greasy. Same thing with Menzerna. You really need to panel prep the paint at least twice to make sure those polishing oils are off the paint. And Rupes, yes, these are tried and true companies, but Rupes had a polish for a rotary and a DA specific polish, but nobody questioned that. And then out of nowhere, they come out with the Uno line. That's not bashing a company. I'm just trying to say, we just need to do a little bit more of research before we start bashing another company or whatever. Look, if people don't want to support Pan, that's another thing. But to say that I'm gonna sit here and lie to you guys and say this is trash, I'm not gonna say that, because I've used this so far. And like I always tell people, I try stuff before I say it's trash. And that's pretty much it. So overall, very nice polish. I've truly enjoyed it so far. And yeah, so that's it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys on the next one.